Cause we got Jason and we got Jack. They both start with a J, but don't be put off by that, cause they are not your average J's. Not your average J's. Not your average J's. Not your average J's.
Kind of coming to work, just a normal standard day off, you know.
Yeah, standard.
I will say that my voice is going a bit because
Okay.
of Sunday League football is not great. For
You get a bit aggressive.
Not for the lungs, you know.
You've been screaming and shouting.
Yes.
Yep.
The ref was a bit of a interesting fellow.
Referees are.
Wow.
Yeah, Walker. I
Walker's
asked the ref
Chris,
once.
Ready salted Walker.
What's your funniest
Is that-
refereeing story?
Did you say ready salted?
By the way,
Did I
can
say
we
Walkers?
address this,
Walkers,
please?
is that what you
'Cause
said?
this,
I heard
this
ready
ready
salted.
salted gang, I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of this. Because
Ready
I'm not.
salted king.
I need
Did you
my
see
own.
how many you guys? You
what's
smashed it.
going
You
on?
smashed it.
Why do
All
you-
of you.
Why are so many of you?
Everyone was like, ready salted gang, baby. I was like, okay.
Boring gang. Boring gang, baby.
I see you shouting.
What are you fighting? Flavour? Like, what's the fight against? What's the opposing gang?
Everyone else.
Well, I need to be in a gang.
Ready salted gang against the world.
You've
What's
got
your,
your-
what's your gang?
You've got your gang. I need my gang.
Create your gang.
Oh,
That's
you've
what I
got-
thought.
Bitch. Oh, the Red Bull Raggies. No, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Did it? Right, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
We'll come
you know
back
what,
to it.
you have your Ready Salted
We'll
gang.
I will. I
Yeah.
love my ready salted gang. You guys smashed it. I love it.
But feel
I
free
love
to
it.
stop that movement whenever you
No,
want.
guys, we're gonna keep it going.
Funniest refereeing story. Anyway, it was something about referees. Do
Ooh.
you want me to tell you mine?
Mine's not a weird one. Mine's just like one time when I was about 9. I was playing for Worksop Boys FC, and I called the ref dad.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's that.
and my dad was there actually as
We
well.
used to do that all the time at school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just I called him dad.
I'd be like,
Uh,
Mom, can you... You know, you do it in front of the whole class.
Mum, can you
and
give me
they're
a yellow card?
like, no, not to the ref. I'd like, hand my homework on. There you go, Mom.
Oh. What about you then?
Well, once I asked the referee, I went, because it was coming towards the end of the game, I was like, referee, how long? How long? And he went, 9 inches, shut up. I just burst out laughing in the middle of the pitch. Yeah.
What a lad.
Legend. It wasn't lying
that's
either.
quality.
It weren't lying.
Well,
Yeah.
you know.
And it was a cold day.
Worms.
Fair play.
Touched a fully grown man.
Why is this worm spit? Right, none of that.
No. So, right. Anyways, I was saying, right. So, I was my day off work, day after Sunday League football, so throat was going a bit. And Brandon's on the end of the bar, who I can only presume is ready salted. I can only presume is recently split with his partner. So, he's talking about this website, and he's like on about one of his friends who makes money by going on dates with elder generations, and they pay them for it.
Okay.
So one example is it's not just dates; there's all sorts of stuff.
So gigolos.
Yeah. It's basically a website. It's called sugarbabies.co.uk. Right, you either when you sign
Sponsored by Sugar.
up, when you sign up, you're either a sugar baby, or you're a sugar daddy, or a sugar
Mummy.
guardian.
Sugar
You know?
Guardian.
Yeah. So you're a sugar something,
Okay.
right?
Just a sweet thing.
Just a sweet thing.
And you've signed up for this.
Yes.
Do you want to? What details are you? How does this work? How do you sign up for it? Did you have to fill in?
Right. So
a description for yourself?
You do like name, age, where you're from, personality traits,
Okay.
physical features.
Physical attributes.
Yeah. I don't really call mine an attribute. Mine, it's just kind of there.
Physical
Presence.
Deficiency.
They had to do height and weight. The weight made me piss. I had enough. I couldn't do the weight because the weight's not. Oh, it wasn't body type. This is body
Right.
type. So there's like thin, mildly overweight, fat as fuck. Like these are genuine terms. These are genuine
Really?
terms like on this thing. And so we're going through them all, and I'm like,
Fat as
I'm
fuck.
like, no. And I'm turning around to my friends and I'm asking them, and I went, this is where you want friends that support you, because I had a bad experience because I was going through it and I went, body type, average, and they just laughed.
So like, you wish.
They
mate.
just laughed. I was like, well, fuck
So
you
what
guys.
did you put in your body type?
A few extra pounds.
Plump.
No, carrying a few extra pounds.
Oh, really?
That was the body type.
Wow, that is pretty. That's nice though. That's a nice way of wording it.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, to be honest. I'll take
it.
that. I'll take that.
Have you had any offers? Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet.
So is it a swipe thing? Or
No.
Do they find you?
So basically, you just put your profile out there, and someone with a lot of money will just go, fancy that one for tea tonight, and then they'll
Oh, gobble gobble. Get over here.
give you a little.
So they knock on your door with a little napkin tucked in and a knife and fork.
Slide in the DMs, and they're like, "Wagwan."
So, what's your price? What? How
Right.
much?
So Brandon's friend, who has inspired me, right? She's such an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and she just inspired me to become this.
She's a visionary.
Yeah, she is. She
Yeah.
really is. So she's decided. She made this account, and someone asked for feet pics, just pictures of
Right.
feet.
Okay. Yeah.
£100, £100 for pictures of the feet.
Per
I'd have
picture.
done it for a 10.
£10.
Give me a tenner, buy me a Mackey's. You've got some.
So
feet,
tenner and the
you've got
Mackies.
some feet pics, darling. And when I'm taking Mackey's, I mean like a McFlurry. I'm not talking like a full 5-piece chicken select meal,
You
darling.
really are quite cheap, aren't you? So if anyone wants feet pics from Jack, £10 and a McFlurry, it's 11 quid.
To be fair, but yeah, I was about to say I'll probably do it just for the 10. I can drive to McDonald's
You're
myself.
such a nice guy.
I know. If the right person asked, I'd do
What's the weirdest thing you would do for somebody for money?
everything.
No, come on.
The price. If the price is right, I'll pretty much do
The
anything.
price is right.
The only thing I would, like, this is fair. I said the only thing I wouldn't do is like mail.
What do you mean? Like send
Like
somebody
I wouldn't
some
write
mail?
someone a letter. No, I wouldn't. I couldn't bend my sexuality to.
Bend.
Yeah. I could,
You're saying you couldn't bat for the other team no matter how much money. So
yeah. So if someone put a cock in front of me, I haven't said that. I haven't said that. I'm so sorry, Alicia. I'm so sorry you watched. My sister's.
What do you mean?
My sister's my sister's watching this. She's just like, what's happening? What's going on?
You've changed. He's not the boy I knew.
Yeah. No, I think there's not much I wouldn't do for money. I do a lot. There's a lot.
Somebody put a cock in front of him. Having said that,
There's not a lot I wouldn't do.
what would you?
Yeah.
Does it matter who that? I'm crying. Does it matter who that cock's attached to?
Ronnie.
Right.
He's 100 quid.
Right, get that down.
Yeah.
Open right.
The price is right.
So
And he'd be relatively wealthy.
yeah, he's also dead, but
But he would have. That's why I said he would have been relatively.
relatively,
wealthy, yeah.
he would have been.
You know, I mean, he could
loaded.
have probably given me the luxury lifestyle. I'm
And you
looking
wouldn't
for.
have been able to say no either,
because he was.
he'd have killed you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But no, there's not a lot I wouldn't do for money. Is the top and bottom of it. Some bloke.
top and bottom.
So she.
You don't mind being that bottom? What's that power
I'll
bottom?
Do whatever. I'll do whatever. I'll play. I just want to part in the play.
How much would it take you to be a power bottom?
Oh, it depends who the bloke is and how big his penis is.
Does that matter?
Yeah.
So if it's like Chris Evans, you know, like the Avengers guy, the
Oh,
guy
I thought you were
from
about. Go on.
Captain America, I think he is. He's got some money.
He has.
He's a good-looking chap.
Yeah, he is.
Don't know about his.
But how big? How big's?
I don't know about his tackle.
How
but
big's the salami?
does that really matter?
Yes, that's like the most important part.
Right, if it's going to make me out his water, it's going to be.
I don't want featuring on BBC.com. Like I don't want none of that. So yeah.
Right.
But anyway, so this bloke, all he did is he took her for dinner. All she had to do was go to dinner with him for like what, 2 hours, 3 hours, have a conversation.
For 100 quid.
No, she got paid £1,000. He
Bloody
paid her
hell.
£1,000 to go on a date with him. Girls wouldn't even put the pussy lips on live for $1,000.
Well, OnlyFans. You not seen OnlyFans?
Yeah, I love OnlyFans.
You love it.
Love it.
Are you, how many OnlyFans you subscribe to? Would you say?
Oh, I haven't subscribed to anyone. I just sell
So you've got an OnlyFans.
premium price for premium.
What's your OnlyFans?
dick pics. I ain't plugging.
Plug it.
But anyways, long story short, if you know anyone that's wealthy and lonely,
If anybody watching
Yeah.
is wealthy and lonely,
if you've got money and you want me to come and talk to you, and
what's the price?
right for dinner?
Yep.
25 quid.
25
If you
quid.
pay, well, the thing is on there, like what happens is they pay for dinner and then they also pay you on top of that. If
Okay.
someone wants to take me for a Nando's, and they're paying for the Nando's already, 25 quid. I don't care. I'm getting free chicken.
Chicken. Just for dinner.
Yeah.
I guess. I still think that's cheap though, because like you said, this girl got £1,000.
Yeah, but it's because she's a girl and she's probably good.
She's not.
No.
She's not mildly overweight.
She's not got a few extra pounds.
That's the one. Yeah.
And she's also good looking, probably.
Don't you put yourself down. To some woman.
Jason. No one's gonna go into a shop and buy some nasty ass chicken for 50 quid when there's a better one for a cheaper price.
So you're saying you just know your market.
I just know my price.
You know your product.
I know my worth.
25 quid.
Plus Nando's.
Yeah, let's not
Plus a Nando's.
let's not undercut it.
Yeah, come on. But the Nando's, that's like the most important part. I didn't get my body type a few extra pounds by not having Nando's.
We didn't get no Mediterranean veg sides.
Exactly.
On that.
No, absolutely not. You're
No.
talking chips, bits mild.
Well, what about more than a meal? What about if they want to get to know
Have sex.
You? That's the one.
Ah,
Yeah.
were
Sorry, I don't know why I was
was you trying to beat around the bush?
Yeah, I was beating around the bush, ironically. That's a home run. Right, go on. So if they wanted
Sex.
well, no, not just that. Just
Alicia, turn off.
Cover your ears.
Just mute it. Skip like a minute.
watch episode 3.
£330.
£330.
That's how much I would charge.
Yeah. So this girl went on a date for £1,000.
Yes.
You're putting yourself fully out there for 300 for a third of what she did.
Right. Listen, I'm not joking.
Who is this girl that you know? That
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to drop anyone
Is it
in.
Jessica Alba? Because her price is a bit high.
No, I just don't want to. I just don't want to.
Will she be watching this?
No,
Okay.
but I don't. But her friends will, so I don't want to drop her in it.
Okay, fair enough. But that's so you £330.
Yeah.
Is there sort of does that price differ? Is the older they get,
If
the
they give me a
more-
better dinner, then I'll do it for less.
Oh, so if they take you
If they take me to the Ritz's, then I'll be like, hey, yeah, do it for tenner.
free
Tenner.
tenner,
Yeah, tenner.
you're gonna go all the way to London for a dinner.
If they pay for,
for a
yeah,
tenner.
but they'd be paying for transport. They'd be paying for dinner. They'd pay for the hotel unless they want to go back to theirs. And they
You're
would.
doing all that for a tenner. You wouldn't do that. You would not do that for a tenner.
For the experience, probably. Yeah.
Fair play.
I like London though. I, love
I feel like you
London.
should really plug your OnlyFans.
Absolutely love London.
You should really.
But I'm not shy about it though. That's the thing. Like the whole thing with the live streaming and stuff. Like during lockdown, a lot of my community was like, "You should get OnlyFans." I was
And you,
like-
yeah, and you was like, yeah, it's a good idea.
Well, they'd all seen my penis already,
Yeah.
so it was.
At the urinal or just?
Oh no, I just send them videos if I get bored.
Videos of you at the urinal.
Sometimes I'll just draw like a little face on,
Smiley
on the
face.
tip, and I'll
Very
just,
little face.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's already got the mouth, just needs 2 eyes.
Oh crikey, graphic.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
cut that out. Yeah, that's no problem.
Cancel.
Big 18 sign.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on.
it's no. I'm open about it. I'm not really.
Fair play.
Close off
I'm
to-
not. I could never have an OnlyFans account. Couldn't do it.
Well, the way I looked at it is, even if I make it as a piss take, right, 10 of my friends see because I had about 7 photos / videos. I had one video. Even I was like, wow, that is a quality dick video. Like I
Really?
was happy with it. I was really happy with it.
My God.
Yeah. I almost showed my mum.
No.
was that proud.
No.
I'm
no,
joking.
No. Oh my God! Thank God for that. Yeah, it's a good one. That
Showed my
song.
parents, Daddy and pray.
Look at that! Look at my little boy. My little
I'm
boy.
proud of you, son. No, so one of the videos I was really, really happy with. So I was like, yeah, I'll just send that out. So I did. But then one of my friends showed it on, because one of my other friends who I met on during lockdown, Mike, we both live streamed at the same time, and we kind of made like a joint community. And he just decided to to just put my dick pic on live stream. He just showed everyone that was watching the live stream. At
You
the
was
time.
fine with it though.
Yeah.
Fair play.
I told him to do it, and he said, he was like, oh.
I like our last episode. You was like, oh, I feel a bit of anxiety and.
Oh
Just
yeah,
get your
I
tackle
used
out.
to. No, that was all past tense. Though I was talking more towards like before I got rid of social media.
Okay. Yeah.
During not having social media, made me realise that
You can be
fuck
naked.
it, who gives
and
a
free.
shit?
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I still get anxiety about confrontation. I just don't really get anxiety. I'm not unhappy with the way.
Yeah. That's a good way to
look
be.
as such.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know what I used to look like. I used to be really, really
Plump.
yep, inflated.
Girthy.
Yeah, that boy thick. Damn boy,
That boy.
thick.
You know he's coming. Put it that way. You just
Yeah.
know.
You could Yeah, you could hear it and feel it in the ground.
No, I'd never say you were that. You were never
I
like
was.
that.
You know.
Yeah, but I didn't. Know
I don't think
you.
you.
when
I don't
was-
think you didn't know me in person then. No.
No.
The photos though were bad enough.
Yeah.
I was really big, but I lost 5 stone. I put a stone back on during lockdown, but not for long. Gyms are back open.
How you finding it?
Loving it. Absolutely loving it. I went to the gyms opened on the day of my sister's engagement party.
Okay.
And I went to the gym and I come back and all my family was around there, and I walked into the house and I went, I don't ever remember sex feeling that good.
Right.
And my nan was in the living room and I didn't
Oh,
realise, so I
no.
kind of just walked through. I was like, wow, that workout was amazing. Sex was never that good. Walk in, nan. Hey, Jackie, all right?
Oh, what was that?
Sorry, nan.
Nothing.
But no, yeah, it was.
I think I've only been twice. Oh, look at that. Broken mic. I think I've been twice since it's been
since
open.
it's been open.
Mm.
I've been every day, but for 2 days.
Oh,
2
you're
days,
you're more disciplined than me.
I've been waiting for it for ages though.
I walked
Ugh.
in and it's really not that much different. You know, I was
Ours
expecting
is.
to walk in and they've separated equipment really spaced out. It wasn't. You just had a bag of wipes next to each equipment. You just wiped it
Yeah.
down, which I did.
Yeah.
it's mad.
Ours is like that, but it's also everything's got tape where it needs to be. If you move it out, I kind of feel like some of the equipment, because it's hazard tape. If you move it out, it's just gonna like set an alarm off or something.
Yeah, you feel like
Someone
it's lasered.
moves just like a weight out of place.
It's mad. We should have been wiping you should be wiping.
You should be wiping equipment. Thank you. Oh,
Before, shouldn't
pet
we?
hate.
But I'm that guy.
Oh.
I'm that guy. I did not wipe equipment down.
Oh, I hated it.
But I've never
If
sweaty.
you're using equipment and you are sweating actively, wipe the equipment down. It's not only it's disgusting.
It's grim.
It's disgusting.
But I
it's
didn't
vile.
sweat that much though. It was like if I'm bench pressing something, I'm not sweating that much. Like you get a bit of a back print. I just leave that. I let that dry out.
That's vile. That's vile. I would. Oh,
If you were with me, would you be angry?
yeah.
At that? Would
I'd
you?
wipe it down for you.
You need to come with me to the gym then. So
Yeah,
I've got a personal wiper.
I'd wipe it down for you
Yeah, that's a good idea.
because it's just. Oh no, I just hate it. I absolutely hate
Is that a
it.
pet peeve?
Mm.
Have you got any other pet peeves?
In the gym.
Gym etiquette. Well, gym etiquette's like
one other thing that I cannot stand is you always get some dickhead who's doing chest and they use 2 machines at once, and I want to punch them in the face. I hate them.
they're like
I hate
flicking
them.
between.
So I'm like, can I use that? Oh, I'm using that one, but you're not because
Yeah.
you're doing that. Oh, but I'm going on that one in a minute. Right,
Do your sets on that one,
and then fuck off to the other machine. Don't be a cunt. Sorry, I'm sorry, but don't be.
Yeah,
I hate it.
explicit language. Yeah, but yeah, I agree.
I hate it. I
Also,
absolutely
leaving
hate it.
dumbbells out lying
Oh.
around. People that
Or
leave.
mixing them. Like, do you know what? It's
Oh.
not when it doesn't go up. That's
Oh.
my OCD going mental.
You know,
You know, it's like
you go to pick
5,
one up.
7.5, 12.5, 10s. What?
You go to pick one up thinking it's a 7. It's a 70. You're like, yeah, it's fine though.
I wish
Didn't want that one anyway.
I wish I was on 7s.
You got the ones with little tassels at the end, don't you? Sweatband on, grunting.
Short shorts.
Short shorts, yeah.
But tucked in with a tank top,
What-
wrist sweatbands and the lot.
What are your other pet peeves then? Other than not in the gym, but do you have any like pet peeves in general?
Manners. Manners are a
Oh,
really
you said it
big
last
thing
on the
for
last
me.
episode where you open the
Yeah,
door
yeah,
and
yeah.
nobody says thank you.
Please and thank you are the most important 2 words in the
You like that when you're
English
driving? So when somebody's driving, doesn't say thank you. Does that annoy?
Right, so we literally yesterday. So I was down to get back round to where I lived because I park on a main road. There's another road here called Anston Avenue, and you drive down and it's where Chris lives. It's all chocker with because cars just park on both sides.
Mm.
So what it is if there's a car and it's a long road, it's a good 120. It's at least 170 meters like long.
Yeah.
So as you're coming up, if another car's coming down, you kind of both have to. You just kind of like duck and weave in between the cars.
Right,
And let
okay,
everyone
yeah.
come. So this woman's coming down, obviously in a Rover, dickhead already. So she's
Straight
coming,
off the bat.
she's coming down in the Rover, and she had a window down. So I let her through, and she were on her phone, and that's another thing that just drives
Oh.
me up the wall. So she's coming down,
It's illegal. So.
and as she's going by, I'm gonna have to take the mic away, but as she drove past, and she had a window down, I just went, "You're welcome." I said to let her know, man. Do you know what I mean?
Out the window?
Yeah.
Did you spit at... No, you didn't spit out the window. You didn't take it that far. Didn't do no drive-by.
Yeah.
You will not be on your phone. I saw an accident once because of a phone.
Did you?
Yeah, I was doing my paper round. I was only young, about 17, 18,
Mm.
which is not young for a paper round, but let's not go into that.
How much are you getting paid?
Huh?
Hmm?
That's £25 a week.
£25 a week?
Yeah.
That's tragic.
So I'll be able to take you out for a meal.
No, you want to
But,
pay for Nando's as well.
This guy was flying. No, not Nando's. I can't afford that. This guy was flying down this big main road on a bike,
Yeah.
and this woman was on her phone, looking at her phone, and she just rolled. But you know when you go too far, your nose creeps out. He smashed into the nose, and he was really flying. Like he was in all the gear. He flew over the handlebars, writhing in pain, in agony. She was like, "Sorry, the sun was in my eyes."
And
I
you
was
were
like,
just there like, no.
Well, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to grass her in, but I was like, he wasn't the sun. He was on your phone.
I had a similar situation happen last week, and it was really weird because I just kind of accepted it. So where, like, again, there's two ways to get to my house. There's Anston Way, and if you come down my normal road and I pull into the side road, and it's off a main road, so I'm sat there with my right indicator on, and I saw this woman coming up behind me in a white Aldi, and she was just looking at her phone. And I just looked in the wing mirror and I just said to my mum, I went, brace yourself. And she was like, because she wasn't looking, and she that far, that last second, and she slammed it on as hard as she could. But the worst part was my reaction. I just sat there and I accepted my fate. I was just like, yeah, she's going to hit us.
At least you warned your mum. Like,
I was just like, brace yourself because she's about to twat us.
Heads up. You ever had somebody bump into the back of you? It feels like I was on the way to Brighton once with my friend, and a car just bumped into the back of us. No damage to either car. Honestly, I felt like I had whiplash.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was dead.
I've never been in any accidents car wise.
I've seen a massive accident, like a big accident. I was on my way to work about 5:45 in the morning, and I'm walking with my headphones in. Obviously, they open. You know, our opens are at 6 in the morning, so I'm trying to get there pretty quickly. I'm walking. I hear this screech from behind, and I look to my right, and I'm looking at the bottom of a car. So this car's on its two right wheels.
Oh my god!
And I'm looking at the bottom of this red car, and it's going across like that. It clips the curb in front of me, about 10 metres in front of me, clips the curb, flips up, hits a lamppost, lands on its roof. And I take my headphones out, I'm like that.
I would have been the same.
You know, you don't believe what you've just seen?
Yeah, I'd have been the same.
I could not believe it. And I was checking to see, like, but the worst thing is when I looked, there was a baby car seat that fell out.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, no, I hope there's not a baby. But luckily there was no baby. I looked in, there's a guy, he hadn't worn a seatbelt. So he was folded up all in the wrong directions. Like, he was like,
sorry.
So he's like a pretzel. He was folded up. Anyway, it turns out this guy had stolen the car.
Oh.
So I don't feel bad for him now.
No, I'm about to say, I'm glad I laughed.
But there were people on this. You know, there was that guy who was like, "Don't worry, I know first aid."
Yeah,
I was like, I think,
one.
mate, Jeff, I think he needs more than first aid, mate. He's folded up, you know, like a bit of origami in the passenger seat. Like he's at the opposite end of the car, and his legs are at the other end. He's
actually looking like a transformer.
Yeah, your little plaster ain't gonna fix that. He's like Robocop.
But it's got Hello Kitty on it.
But yeah, it was scary. I had like PTSD. You can ask my
I'm not
girlfriend. This.
surprised.
Like every time a car would rev up behind me, I'd be jumpy, be dead jumpy.
That's mental. So, first episode though.
First episode has gone down. Yeah, it's gone down an absolute.
What did? How was your reaction to it? Like, how did you react to it? Because obviously the thing is, we've been separated since the first episode.
Well, what was that?
Together again at last.
I thought you were trying to catch a mosquito or something.
Together.
I was like, oh,
catch feelings.
No,
together again.
I was surprised at how much goes into it. I will say that because you watch it and you think it's an hour long. Not much goes into it, but how long do we spend editing this thing?
It took me like 5 hours. The worst part is people like Sam and Dylan and that, they'll be laughing because I said to them, go watch it and watch my terrible transitioning. I was like, it took me hours as well. Like it took us a good. To be fair though, we was doing it in an uncomfortable area. It wasn't a desk area. It wasn't like an office space. It was.
We're making do with what we've
got.
Yeah, literally. So,
but it takes a long time. There's a lot of effort that goes into editing it, and then I rendered it and then messaged you and said the audio's out a bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, very sorry for the first 20 minutes. So no, it'll be fine. And then 20 minutes later, I was like, I can't leave it like that.
No,
so
we won't come this far to send out.
Exactly. So at this point, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I'll fix it, Jason. You were fast on because you had work the next day. I was like, it must have woke up to like 17 texts. Like, I fixed it.
I've got it. Done it.
Like 5 in the morning, I'm like, it's rendered. I'm going to bed.
The response though has been unbelievable.
Amazing.
So good.
I
set a target. What did I tell you? 50 views
50
over the
views
weekend.
Over the weekend, yeah.
And we hit
currently on Tuesday.
And we've
5:30 on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, and we're at 850 views.
That's mental.
Maybe even more.
560 something.
Ridiculous. And that's thank you to AJ as well.
Oh yeah,
Big ups to AJ
for plugging it.
and his angels.
And yeah, those I don't know if you underestimated them, but I was surprised at the influence that they've got.
When I did that live with him, he was like, "I'm not leaving this live until you've got 500 subscribers." I went, "It's fine. You don't have to." Like,
he's such a genuine. I messaged him on Instagram. I wasn't expecting.
Did he reply?
Yeah.
Did he?
I wasn't expecting like a response. I just left it. It was kind of like a message for if he sees it.
Yeah.
There's context.
Because he gets a lot of.
Yeah, I'd have thought.
Yeah.
What did
you?
I just put something like, "Thanks for the shout out. Like, I've been watching a lot of your stuff since Jason told me about it. You seem like a really nice bloke, genuine lad." And he is. He is a very genuine man.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't wait to have him on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I said that to him. I'm looking forward to watching him give you your first tattoo. That's gonna be an interesting one. But no, I'm looking forward to having him on as well. He's a very, very, very sound bloke.
My mum spoke to me about that. Oh, I've heard you're going to have a tattoo. I'm like, yeah. It's just going to be it's like 4 letters. It'll be fun. Because I'm gonna get him to do
Jace.
NYAJ. It kind of works, doesn't it? Not your average J's,
okay.
and his name's in there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna get that. I think on my ankle.
That's a really good idea. Okay.
And so I've never shotgunned a Red Bull, and he's so good at it. You can do him in 3 seconds. Shotgun a Red Bull, psh, gone.
No.
So yeah, we're gonna start.
Serious?
We're gonna start the episode with that. Maybe
It's
you're
not
gonna have a
Red
go.
Bull. Stay hydrated, water, kiddos.
Yeah, he drinks water. I drink Red Bull. That's yeah. But yeah, thanks to everyone that's supported the channel.
Yeah.
Everyone that's commented as well. Like we've had so many
everyone's
comments.
the feedback. I think more than anything was like for me, like if you guys are watching and you've got a genuine feedback, like ways we can improve and stuff, because it's all new to us.
Yeah, constructive.
But now everyone came through with like some sort of positivity, and I think that was what was really nice to see. Is just everyone so as excited about it as we are.
I'm just glad it managed to do as well as we hoped it would do. Like we're just proud of what we've put out, and that's all we're doing it for.
I think at the end of the day, the biggest thing is if we're enjoying it, and that's how I want to look at it. If we can create like a good time for anyone,
a little community vibe,
exactly.
And you said yourself, if we can just help 1 or 2 people,
it's worth it.
100% worth it.
It's worth it.
It's helping us anyway. Like I think it's healthy to sit down and have chats like about life
100%.
and what it is. We've had loads of interesting topics put in as well. Should we name? We should come up with a little segment, a little section.
I liked yours, what you said on your live. Not your average advice.
Not your average advice.
I like that. That's a good one.
We should call it that. Not your average advice, and then we give our advice on topics that people have written.
We can get like another little jingle. Hit Amy up, get her to make us another little jingle.
She'll be sick. She'll be sick of making jingles for us.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Bloody hell, another one. Amy's been super supportive as well.
Yeah, she has.
She's been
She
so
has.
cool. Like she even did a post on her Insta.
She dropped a message saying like, "Oh, you guys were amazing." I was like,
"Oh, bless her."
Big love.
Legend, yeah, she's a legend.
But no, yeah. So we need to. I want a question I want to ask you because I was talking to Janet at work.
Okay.
And we went into the kitchen and we were having a conversation. There were 4 people: me, Janet, Sarah, and Chris. So. And they're talking about marriage, and they're talking about Chris's wedding, for example. So Chris's wedding was 14,000. 14,000 pounds for a wedding. That's a lot of money.
Do you disagree with spending that amount of money then on a wedding?
Yes and no. I want to get your take on it because I was set in my ways. I'm a romantic. Like I love the thought of having a wedding, having all my family and friends around to experience that with me, and it's something that it's for me. It's something I've always wanted. I don't know. I've just never thought about it anyway. So Sarah turns around and she's like, "Oh, fuck that. 250. Get us in register. Piece of pepper.
Classic.
Married.
Bit of pepper."
I was like, "No, what? No." And then Janet turned around and Janet was like, "Fuck getting married is bollocks. Worst thing you'll ever do." All right, Janet, come on.
Such a Janet thing to say.
It's for you guys that don't know, people that won't know Janet is
an older lady.
Yes.
That is. Would you say rough around the edges? I'd say rough around the edges.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best way to explain.
Yeah, I've said no.
Like jewelry. Yeah, she's. What was that? What was that noise?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Why did I say jewelry and you went, oh, God.
I was going to say something and then I realised I probably shouldn't.
I literally saw it come out of your mouth and you went, no.
Because normally it just drops and I don't get it back. Like,
that nearly left you then.
Can't get it back.
That nearly
I was like,
you know you're going to get, Janet's going to see this. And what were you going to say about me? What were you going to say?
I'll tell her to her face. I don't care. Janet scares me.
But Janet's been married. Janet only works. Yes, so Janet only works because
she wants to.
She would have.
She uses it as a distraction, I think.
Yeah, she said herself. I remember speaking to her when I worked there, and she said that she's got these properties she's invested in, and that's her income.
Yeah.
She doesn't use her job that she's
It's
got
just
now.
a pastime, something for her to do. She enjoys it at the end of the day. Like,
It's just
obviously, days
social,
when we get
isn't it?
really busy and stuff like that, obviously, no one enjoys getting.
Yeah. So she lost her husband to what was it? She lost her husband
I don't know. I know she lost her husband, but
it was either Alzheimer's or
I don't know what illness it was, but
something like that, wasn't it? It was,
yeah. But she lost her husband, and she just to be fair to her, she's grabbed life by the balls.
She really
since then, and she's really like made the most of. Because she says to me, she's like, "Oh, like do it while you're young." Because I spoke to her about last year. I wanted to go to Ibiza and work there, like be a rep for 3 or 4 months. Because they take them on between like May to like August time. They'll take on a rep for like certain bars or whatever. And I wanted to do that, but I said to her like, I can't really turn down like work, and like I've got a good job here and I get paid well for my age
and for the area.
So, and it's spot on. Like I couldn't, and I enjoy my job, which is one of the most important. Like for me, I take job satisfaction over payment any day. If you enjoy your job and like you actually want to get up and go to work, it makes all the difference. So, and she just said to me, she went, "Jack, you're 21." She was like, "Look, you're a good lad here. You've worked your arse off. If you turn around to the boss and said like, look, I want to leave for a couple of months, they'd take you back if you wanted to come back."
I think so. Definitely.
And she was talking to me about that the other week. So that was another part that I've.
She goes on holiday every 2 months,
yeah.
So
she was talking to me. She wanted to set up a shop in Tenerife.
Okay.
Like a bar.
Yeah.
Little English place.
Right. So back to the point is what's my take on marriage?
Well, Janet said don't bother, and then what she said was she thought that marriage was going out of fashion as such with like the younger generations and stuff. But for me personally, I don't think I've ever thought I wouldn't get married.
I agree with Janet.
Do you think?
I agree with Janet. I think that because when generations gone by, it was the thing to do. If you're a traditional person, marriage is what you do, isn't it? You get married, you can find somebody. But I've spoken to my girlfriend about this, and I've said, like, I don't. You know the vows you give when you're on the what's it called, the altar, and you're like till death do us part, through sickness and in health. I take that vow when I get into a relationship with somebody. That's the vow I take.
No.
I don't wait until we're getting married for me to do that. Well, the thing is,
if you date, if you go into relationships not trying to build a future, and like for me, if you go into a relationship with someone and you don't want to spend the rest of your life with, then why are you doing it in the first place?
Yeah, and my point is, and a lot of people say this, I don't need clarification.
Yeah,
marriage doesn't make us any more of a stronger couple than.
No, I don't believe it does. I'm not saying that it does. I think for me, it's a personal thing of like. I want to celebrate that love with everyone that I care about. That's the only close to me.
That's the only thing that I would like to like. I would like a moment where both families can.
I'll not lie to you.
But my family's.
It's a lot of dates to Nando's to pay for that wedding. You know, like
that's you need to up your price.
This is what I mean.
But 14 grand. The way I see it is, I could travel. We could travel the world together.
So much you could do.
We could travel the world together for £14,000.
So much you could do.
Would I rather do that than have one day? Yes. I would rather see the world with the person I love than spend one day with them. In my opinion, think of the memories you can create.
True.
It's good having that photo album with all your wedding photos in, but for me personally, that might change though. I think that changes when you have kids, when you have a house, and that'll becomes more of a priority.
I don't think I'll ever not want to get married. I think it'll be more governed by a realistic standpoint, like when you're older and you're actually getting to the point where you're looking to get married.
Yeah.
Can you afford it?
That's the thing. There's so much that.
Because I think especially like with our age now as well, like everything's so much harder now. Like trying to move out, getting married,
getting a place, financially, student loan, everything can kind of get on top of you. I think it's not as easy as it used to be.
Nowhere near.
You know.
Absolutely nowhere near.
It's an interesting question though. It's a good question.
Yeah, but I think as well. Actually, funnily enough, that actually does link into what someone swiped up on your questions, I believe, talking about anxiety and depression in younger people.
Oh yeah, so
I think I can understand a lot as to why people would struggle. Like a lot of people our age and a bit older would struggle.
Yeah.
With anxiety and depression.
I'm just going to get her name up so we get the name of the person that posted it. Well, her name's Miss Sunshine, so I don't actually know her proper name, but that's her username. What
was the question exactly?
So it was like a 2-part question. So it was suicide and anxiety in 20s, what makes us anxious, and to help us understand.
Mhm.
And the second part was suicide in young adults and anxiety. So I think she was trying to say what makes people anxious
Yeah.
and depressed in your 20s, and how a family is going to cope with losing somebody to suicide, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think anxiety is personal, because I get anxiety for different reasons as to you'd get anxiety or someone else would get anxiety.
Yeah.
My anxiety comes from confrontation. If I know I'm going to be in a confrontational situation, then that's when I start to get anxiety.
Okay, can you give an example? Like what?
All right, okay. So when I first split up with my ex-girlfriend, I knew that she went to a certain nightclub often. So I knew if I was going to that nightclub, I would get anxiety leading up to it.
Because trouble.
Because
Okay.
of the confrontation of
Yeah.
seeing someone from your past. But the thing is, though, the anxiety is such a, like I said, it is just such a personal thing. It's more of like you're worrying about what's going to happen rather than living in the moment. But it's personal to everyone. Depression in young people is just, I think mental health is, like you said last week, is so prevalent in just our generation.
Yeah,
But it's a mixture of a load of stuff. Social media causes people to do stuff that they like body image is a big one. So like, for example, Sarah, mentioned Sarah last week. She's only 19, right?
Yeah.
And so she decided that she wanted to get Botox on her chin because she didn't like the way it looked, and that honestly broke my heart to hear her like just badmouth herself. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like she has to get to a point where she has to change herself.
And the thing is as well, like she is just a beautiful person inside and out.
Yeah,
she's such
lovely.
She's a lovely girl. Absolutely, heart of gold, wouldn't hurt anyone. So if for me, the thought that someone's made or something's made her feel that way about herself, that's horrible.
It might not be like a direct thing that somebody said, but
yeah,
like you say, just seeing people constantly that are picture perfect.
nitpick themselves. But she is, though. She's she's a good looking girl.
Yeah.
So for her to sit there and like nitpick at herself, it's horrible to watch as a friend. Do you know what I mean? Like someone you care about a lot, to see them just drag themselves down.
It's sad that she feel well. It's sad that people feel like they have to do that, but
yeah.
Ultimately,
At the end of the day, if it helps her and it's self-confidence type thing as well,
Yeah.
like she's been a lot more. I would say she's been a lot more confident since she's had it done.
well, there you go. It's done the job, hasn't
Yeah,
it? It's made her feel.
Yeah.
There's that anxiety again. She felt anxious about that. Maybe
Yeah.
she felt self-conscious, and now that anxiety's left.
Yeah.
But doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be something else that
needs
fills
doing,
that hole.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Anxiety. I don't know if I don't know what anxiety feels like. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to pinpoint what it actually feels like.
For me, anxiety for me, if I'm having like an anxiety attack. So if you're having an anxiety attack, it's like. So I was lying in bed the other night trying to sleep, and I had a thought come into my head that I started to get anxious about. And what happened is, basically, like you just at first you think of something, and then you're like, oh, it's fine, and then you can't stop, and your brain just keeps going with it. For me, what happens to me is anyway, like I start breathing really heavily, my head gets really warm and fuzzy, I start to feel a bit dizzy and stuff. I feel physically like sick, like like butterflies.
Yeah.
It's like that, but violent.
Is it like when your heart kind of sinks and you feel like
yeah, but it's like violent, and then that's how that's how I know I'm having an anxiety attack.
So is it come from overthinking something?
Yeah.
Definitely.
For me, it's a really fast process. It's like 1 minute I'll be completely fine, like just absolutely there. I'm just.
That's mad. I don't know if I've ever had that. I'm not sure. I'm sure I have. I must have.
I think everyone's experienced anxiety at some point in their
definitely life. Overthink things, and definitely that's where anxiety can creep in. When you're in a long distance relationship as well, like that sort of thing, overthinking is something that
can imagine is
definitely.
I imagine it's very, very common at the beginning, especially.
So back to the question, she was. So what makes us anxious? We've touched on that a little bit with social media.
Yeah, the pressure that's put on everyone at the minute, like, well, ever since social media's become more prevalent in everyone's lives, is that social media creates this perfect image that you've got to be, and I think it's such a toxic place.
In your mid-20s, that's interesting because a guy from work, right, and I won't say his name, but a lad from work said to me, he didn't post the question in, but he just asked me because I said to him, we're doing like topics if you want to mention, if you want to bring up anything. And he said, actually, we have a laugh, like we have a good back and forth, bantery kind of. But he switched and went serious for a minute, and it was like, well, I do have a question actually. I'm like, okay, go on. I'm 23. I'm a young guy. I feel pressured to be something already. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not. I don't know what I want. Like I don't know where I need to be in my life. Like I feel like I'm not on a.
Hasn't got a path.
I'm not heading in a direction. And I thought that's such a.
That is, I can
relatable.
resonate with that as well because I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know.
But that is where anxiety is going to come in.
Yeah.
That's where. That's classic.
Because you're putting pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
That particular thing is you're feeling lost, and that is really horrible feeling because if you don't know what you want to do with yourself, and to be fair, a lot of times it doesn't happen straight away. There's a lot of stuff where say like Jeff Bezos or something. I can't remember how old he was when he created Amazon in his garage.
It's a picture, yeah.
He was like 30 odd years old, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Or like 20. He's in his 20s or something, like late 20s.
Somebody like Ricky Gervais.
There is, Ricky Gervais didn't pick up until after the UK office, even though that
40.
bombed. The UK office is.
I love the UK office.
Did you love the UK
I
office?
love the UK office. I haven't
rate
actually
it.
seen the American office.
I did not rate it, but I love Ricky Gervais. He's my favourite comedian.
You can't say that bombed then because it took off in every other country. So
I didn't rate his The Office, but that's because I watched the American one first, and I kind of compared it to that.
Okay, yeah.
But Ricky Gervais is my favourite comedian. Like him and Jim Jeffries, they're my two favourite comedians. And I absolutely love his stuff. You watched it Afterlife.
Well, that links in with this a little bit because there's a guy that was in his
30s. I think
no. He's playing
40s.
a guy in his 40s and 50s that's just lost his wife.
Yeah.
And he was going to kill himself. The one thing that stopped him, his dog needed feeding.
Yeah.
And how relatable is that going to be to a lot of people out there? Like, you know,
he's in the story of that though. He's trying to look out for everyone else. Other people need him, and that's why he won't take his own life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He kind of used that as a last resort. He was like, I'm going to treat people like shit. And if all else fails, I'm going to kill myself anyway. That was my way out anyway. So
he says it's a superpower. That's what
exactly.
He says.
Yeah, it's like the worst superpower.
The worst superpower in the world.
Yeah. And I love Ricky Gervais for that kind of, because he's dipped into areas where nobody would normally have dipped into, and he's so raw and real.
Yeah. I don't personally see why people find him so controversial.
No,
he speaks truth and he speaks facts. That's the thing. People can't argue that. I understand the scientific stuff when he's about God and stuff. I get that because people are going to believe what they're going to believe. But at the end of the day,
but he does have valid points when it comes to that.
They're more than valid.
He said before,
they are factual. Like
you get rid of every religious book in the world, they'll all come back different.
Yeah.
If you get rid of every scientific book in the world, they'll all come back exactly the same.
Yeah,
which is a good point. But anyway, we're getting segued off there.
Deep into that.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Ricky Gervais for half an hour. We're going to talk about, but in terms of anxiety, depression, suicide, I can't personally touch on suicide because I wouldn't feel I'm not justified in any way to talk about it. I've got friends that have lost parents to suicide.
I've got a friend who lost his mum a couple of weeks ago to suicide, but I can't. It's not for me to touch on as such. All I can say is the way he's dealt with it is like I've known him for a long time. I've known him since I was about 12 now, I think 13. So it's good like 7 or 8 years. We've been best friends ever since. But I've never seen this side to him. I'm so proud of the way he's dealt with it because honestly, he's took it in his stride, and the way he talks about it is like, all I want to do is just honour my mother's memory.
That's so the right way to channel.
And all he's done is he's just taken, because he used to be quite switched off from it, and now like he'll text me like every other day, and he texts other people all the time like, "Are you all right? If you need someone to talk to," and he's like, he's just taken such a shit situation and turned it into a positive outcome, and his mother would be so proud of him, because I'm so proud of him, because to take that such a traumatic experience and try and take some negativity and turn it into positivity, that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that from him, and he knows it because I've told him before. But yeah,
how is it being seeing your friend? Was there a point where you was like, okay, because I've not experienced firsthand having to deal with a friend that's parents.
Dylan's a very particular person. I'd prepared for the worst with him. Like, I'd prepared for if he was an absolute mess. But when I saw him for the first time afterwards, he was exactly how I expected him to be.
Because I've had a friend that lost his mum. It was to cancer, and the next day he was at football, and
Yeah.
I was exactly the same. When my dad died, the next day or the next few days, I went to football.
Just normal life.
If you sit at home and all you're going to do is think about it, aren't you? It's going to
Yeah.
dwell. You're going to dwell, like you just said about your anxiety attacks. You
Yeah.
overthink things, and you're thinking, especially if it's a lot of unknowns. Like with my dad, there was a lot of questions that nobody really knew what happened.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like I had a million and one questions going through my head, but that 90 minutes when I was at football cleared my.
Yeah.
So Dylan, it's good that he's channeling all his energy into flipping it into a positive.
It's amazing what he's doing. I love it. I love to see it. It's like.
But when Dylan's ready,
Yes. Yeah. Well, Dylan is going to come onto the podcast.
love to have him.
He's
on.
ready. He's ready now. To be honest with you, it's more about us getting the production down and.
Yeah, we'll give him some time as well,
Yeah.
like to go through that. But yeah, that's a great question posted in about anxiety
Very good
and
one.
depression.
A very good one.
But
We've had, to be fair, we've had a lot of feedback. Like everyone's been amazing with it. Like some of the responses that we've had, questions coming in and stuff.
you've got a question fired in on the comments.
This one actually came from yours, but I've
Okay.
got it on my phone for reasons which shan't be mentioned. Biggest lesson learnt during lockdown.
Biggest lesson.
I
learned.
think you, of all people, are qualified to answer.
Really? Okay, I thought
You've
the
had
opposite.
a lot
but
you've had a lot go off on lockdown, I think, compared to most.
biggest lesson I've learned. Okay, well, before lockdown, I would have never. We live in a town where you do something different,
You
it's
become
frowned.
laughing stock.
it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
You're doing something that's out the norm. Like, it might only be posting videos like I was doing, my content, or this, or whatever it might be. People aren't necessarily supportive of it
Yeah,
Because you're not-
especially where we're from, everyone's very closed-minded.
because you're on such a different direction. So my biggest lesson probably through this that I've learned is that sometimes you need to cut people out of your life that bring negativity. I've had to cut people out of my life during this lockdown
Yeah.
that I realised, hang on a minute, this person is just toxic. This person does nothing but drop little comments that make you doubt yourself, or
Yeah.
all they want to do is they want to drink, or all they want to do is they want to gamble. They want to take you and do the things that you don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
And ever since that's happened, ever since I've cut that sort of person out of my life or people out of my life, it's gone nothing but good.
Yeah.
Like everything's
it's just good, yeah.
everything's gone up. I mean, the followers and stuff on that is all well and good, but I don't really care about that. Do you know what I mean? I care
Yeah.
about the fact that I've now got the confidence to post
Yeah.
in public and
the
do
fact
what I
that
want
you're
to do.
making a difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
Just because you've got 100,000, and I know you'd be the same as me. I'd rather, if someone says to me, "You have 100,000 followers and you don't help anyone," or you can have 50 followers and you help every single one of them. I'd rather have 50 followers and help them all.
100% agree. Yeah.
Do
I
you
mean,
know what
yeah.
like your TikToks and your lives, and like it feels like a family in some sense, if that makes sense.
and this hopefully.
yeah, like it does feel like a community, like a little family.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what should we call ourselves? Like, we should call
What, the
ourselves.
viewers?
Yeah. Should we have a nickname? I feel like we should have a nickname. The Jays. I like the Jays.
Ready Salted Gang.
No, not the Ready Salted Gang. Don't like this Ready Salted Gang movement that's going on. I don't like it at all. Don't do that either. It's not. No, you have a different symbol than that, aren't you? Because that. No, but biggest lesson I've learned would probably be that. It would be that. But I'm gonna fire the question straight back at you because you've been completely off of social media. So
Yes. I think I've learnt two things. I think the first thing I've learnt is to not take what you've got for granted. Because something as simple as not being able to go to the gym for 4 months,
yeah,
it was just proper took me back. And the thing is, like, you should always obviously be appreciative of what you've got, but I think sometimes it takes not having it to
realize,
remind you that you are well off and you are.
That old
like,
saying,
you
you only know what
fortunate.
you've got when it's gone. Yeah.
And to be honest, with my second one comes from one of my mates called Jack. Jack McCrumble. He's a strawberry picker. But,
Is he?
yeah,
Okay.
he's a strawberry picker.
Jack McCrumble.
Yeah, Jack
What a great name.
Well, his last name's McCumbee, but we call him McCrumble.
McCrumble. I prefer McCrumble.
I prefer McCrumble. Jack
Yeah.
McCrumble. He's part of the Ready Sorted Gang.
Oh, Can we stop? Can I get a gang? I feel like I should have a gang.
Have a gang. What gang name? On the spot. Gang name. Go on
On
then.
the spot. The
Red Bull Reggies.
Red Bull Radgies. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay, we'll go with that for now, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so
We'll put a pin in it.
if you guys can come up with any cool
We'll put
gang,
a pin in it and we'll come back.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. So
Right.
McCrumble.
So Mr. McCrumble, the strawberry picker, he's a mod. He's I say a mod. He's the only mod. He's my mod for my live stream. He basically sorts out all the stuff so I don't have to do it. So he sorts out the Discord channel. He sorts out all Twitch clips. He moderates the chat. He just does everything for me. He's a gem of a person.
He's a great strawberry picker
Absolutely,
as well.
he's a brilliant. You've never seen someone pick a strawberry so caress
a strawberry.
Yeah, caress a strawberry so softly. He treats them like a newborn child, just so tender. He's good at it.
And eats them.
Yeah.
That's odd.
No.
Covers them in chocolates and eats them.
No, he doesn't. No, he puts them in a packet and sells them.
Oh, good. Brilliant.
No. So, anyways, he's just an absolute 10 out of 10 person. Like one of the best you'll meet. But I didn't realise he was struggling with his mental health as badly as he was. And I just remember one night he just sent me a voice note on Snapchat and he was like, like this live stream and you making me a moderator and stuff. He's like, you've given me an avenue, you've given me something to channel.
Purpose.
Yeah. Those were literally his ways. Like, you've given me a purpose, you've given me a reason to, his words, you've given me a reason to live. And that was heavy and I didn't really know how to take that in at first. But it sounds stupid because it's just a small live stream with 15 viewers, if that, and we're a little nice community. But it's something he gave Jack like a something to channel himself during the whole lockdown. Do you know what I mean? Something for him to wake up to every day to have to do, and that to me was like, it just took me back. I was kind of like, wow.
And that's all it takes, isn't it? Just one. Like I was on about the Ricky Gervais thing, where it takes his dog needed feeding. It can only take a smile to somebody in the street. Yeah, it just makes a massive difference.
But me and Jack got obviously like really close with him being my mod and stuff, and we'd spend like every day going through ideas and stuff for how to make the stream better and different things. But he's a lovely gentleman.
Crumble seems like a nice guy.
He is. He's a top 10.
Top 10.
Top tier is what I meant.
Oh,
top tier.
So McCrumble, you've made it
Jack
to the top 10.
Jack McCrumbie, Matt McCrumble.
Number 9.
He's a lovely lad, absolutely lovely. But he's a top tier bloke.
I'm gonna fire a little light-hearted one at you, just a little, general. Gets asked a lot. Pineapple on pizza?
No.
Okay, straight in at no.
No. My mum had pineapple on pizza today, and I almost elbowed her in the middle of pizza. She they come over,
slid over the adoption papers.
She's like, she's ordering. She's like, oh, stuffed crust. I'm like, yes. She's like, individual, yes.
Yes.
Hawaiian.
Adoption papers, slide them across.
Tragic, absolutely tragic.
I'm fully for pineapple on pizza.
Really?
Pineapple gang. Yeah, I am fully for it. Where you going?
I'm off.
No, don't go. Pineapple gang,
Tragic.
come on.
Absolutely tragic.
You know what I have? I have a custom-made pizza in Domino's. So I'll have just a normal regular crust, barbecue base, pepperoni, mushrooms, onion, pineapple.
Wow, I want to settle an argument real quick. Domino's or Pizza Hut?
Domino's. Pizza Hut's the most overrated thing I've ever seen.
I don't think it is, you know.
It's so overrated.
I don't think it is.
So's Domino's, don't get me wrong. They're both overrated.
The price of Domino's is astronomical.
It hurts me every time I send.
Astronomical.
When it takes that out of my PayPal, I'm like,
I'm always, if I don't get a code, no thanks.
So you'd take this 25 quid to go to Pizza Hut, wouldn't you?
Well, McDonald's would do me. 25 quid. And food is food.
So you're against pineapple, but I'm for it. Okay.
I can't stand pineapple. It just doesn't belong on a pizza.
It's warm pineapple. Tuna. Tuna on a pizza, you can get lost. Like, if you're having seafood on a pizza, you need
squid.
You need to. Oh.
No, that's vile. That's absolutely vile. No, I'd never put pineapple on pizza.
No.
I'd like pineapple. Like, I'd eat pineapple on its own. Love pineapple. It's nice and refreshing. But on a pizza,
straight out of the tin.
No.
No. Well, I'm for it. So there's two types of people in this world.
And that was the final episode.
The right people and the wrong.
Jace.
Yeah, not your average opinions.
Yeah.
That's another segment we could have. Not your average. What do people say? Unpopular opinion. So not your average opinion.
Yeah.
Do you have any unpopular opinions?
I don't think I do.
I can't think of one right now, which is
my
no
only
good.
unpopular opinion that I did have was I used to say Game of Thrones is tragic. But then lockdown happened and I watched Game of Thrones and oh my god, it is amazing.
It's not tragic.
It's amazing.
Fair.
Get past the first 2 episodes, which is hard
Because they're
really boring. It's all political. So you get past those 2 and then it's just 7 seasons of just really good content and then season 8's tragic.
It's too far-fetched for me. Dragons.
Season 8's just not...
Dragons and big elephants and stuff like what?
Favourite season? What was your favourite season of Game of Thrones? Drop it down.
No, favourite TV series in general.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, yeah, we'll do that.
Because I need something new to watch.
Well, have you watched Game of Thrones?
I've watched like 1 season. You know where it's just a lot of...
It's a lot of political... It's a lot of diplomacy.
A lot of nookie in the first season as well, you know. That's probably why you watched it.
Yeah.
But when the dragons started coming in, I was like, I'm out. I'm dipping out of this.
Yeah?
Has to be realistic for me. I've got to watch like a crime series.
So no Star Wars for you?
No. I used to when I was a kid.
Star Wars is...
I'm more like Making a Murderer, Evil Genius, you know, crime series.
Have you got any unpopular opinions?
Oh, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I should have, really, because I brought the topic up, didn't I?
Tragic.
Yeah, it is quite tragic. But
I had one.
Yeah,
kind of.
It is. Unpopular opinion. I have thought of one the other day, but I can't think of one right now. No.
All right, I'll let you slide on it then.
I'll come back to
you slide on it. But to be fair, we'll go back to what you're saying. I love crime documentaries.
Yeah. There's
one on Netflix at the minute that just came on like last week about the mafia in New York.
Oh, I started watching that. Yeah.
Which episode are you on?
I love them. I haven't even seen Godfather or any of them. I haven't seen it, but I need to.
I haven't watched Godfather, but I've watched The Irishman. The Irishman. It's long, but it is amazing.
Yeah.
The first 45 minutes are kind of slow.
I love mafia stuff, gangster stuff.
Yeah, I do.
If I could be a gangster, I would.
Couldn't imagine who he'd be.
I don't know who I'd be. But I like. Have you watched the Jeffrey Epstein thing?
No.
Oh, you need to watch that.
Yeah.
This is a real guy, like gazillionaire, so much money, and he had a right-hand woman that's currently in trial at the minute, and he was friends with Donald Trump. He was linked in with Prince Andrew, all these like high-end people. He had his own island, and he basically get young girls over to this island. They need to rent them out to these high up people, and it's not great. Like, it's not.
Pretty sure it's not legal.
Oh, it's very illegal. Yeah, it's very illegal. So he gets locked up. Eventually, gets caught for it all.
Yeah.
Suspiciously dies in his jail cell. The cameras suddenly don't work. Everything fell perfectly for nobody to. It was claimed as suicide, but then like all the materials in the autopsy didn't really match up. It didn't add up. Basically, people are saying that this guy had so much dirt on like Donald Trump and Prince Andrew and all these. Probably shouldn't be talking about this on here. Actually, maybe we'll be. So if you guys haven't heard from us in a few weeks, you know what's happened.
If you don't see episode 3, then you know what's gone off.
So basically, what they're saying is because he had so much dirt on all these high up people, really high up people, like the president, they've found a way to get to him, shut him up, kill him, and yeah. So you need to watch it. It's pretty good. It's really interesting. It's a good thing. It's only like 5 episodes.
Any sort of crime stuff. I'm really into that sort of stuff.
No, your average J's. No, your average J's. No, your average J's. No, your average J's.